Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back. I missed you guys. Um, so not a whole lot going on, but I was working today. Oh my goodness, it was quite the crazy story. So all the things I have to consider when I started working today. I I had pre-ordered a scaffolding, or not pre-ordered. I have like scaffolding or construction work is like video games. I reserved a scaffolding for a job that I had today. Basically, I had to work on like a 20-foot piece going on, so I got this 12-foot scaffolding that would allow me to reach the very tippy top. And I first get there, and I'm driving my little car, and the guy's like there, like I gave him like all the information and whatnot for the reservation. They go out and they're getting ready to try to load up the car, and he's looking at me like, is this all gonna fit in there? And I was like, I hope so. And yeah, I grabbed the biggest piece that we had, and long story short, no way, it would have never fit inside that tiny little car. So I turned to him and like whip out the company card again, like, so I'm gonna need a truck also. And so we rented a truck, and we were able to get the whole scaffolding there. It kind of sucked because like, no, it didn't really suck. I was gonna say it kind of sucked because maybe we could have finished like the whole job in one day if we had just had the scaffolding the day that we started. But in truth, no, it wouldn't have. It's a very big project, and but we did get finished. We did finish the project, and it looked absolutely amazing. Maybe one day I'll show you guys the before and afters of the work that I do. But the reason why I ask today's topic of the day, what scares you? A little lesser known fact about your boy Atlas. I think it's called acrophobia. I'll double check if that's the correct term, but basically it's a fear of heights. I'm scared of tall things. No, I'm not scared of tall things. I'm scared of being in tall places. Because basically, I'm a bit of a bigger boy, and if I were to fall from a tall place, I'll make a bit of a bigger thud, and it just kind of, makes me feel a little uncomfortable being so high up. And yeah, so I'm on this scaffolding, and the scaffolding is like, it's doing a good job, but it's still very, everything I do shifts the whole scaffolding either to the left or to the right, like not a whole bunch, just like it's secured down, but it's just like shink one way, honk to the other way, and I'm just like thinking to myself in deep thought, like, yo man, I'm like way too hefty to be up here, and yet here I am. That's what I'm doing, and it's just like, oh man, maybe I should have like I'm up there looking down, like, man, I probably should have like reevaluated my life choices. Kind of like Biff over here, he's reevaluating his life choices, like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have gave her all that hipperonavirus or whatnot, or oh man, I got moved halfway across the island and now I just can't really do anything. Oh man, that's a whole lot of oh man. But I don't know. What was I trying to say? Okay. Oh, well, that's Fauna's new little house. We got a cute little Fauna now. We found her yesterday, the day before yesterday. Yeah, I don't know when these. I think this is technically yesterday, but this video will be up to the day before yesterday or the day after yesterday. I don't know. Forget me. Anyway, so I'm afraid of heights, is what I was trying to say, and so I'm like up there, and mind you, the bigger I get, the more afraid I become of heights. Like, I'm not a small boy. I'm a big man, if you would. And you put me on the scaffolding, and mind you, the scaffolding was the lesser by a large margin of two evils, because originally what the plan was, I was going to use a ladder, one of these cool little flip ladders. Like, it goes a certain length, but then it magically doubles its length if you fold it out. And mind you, these ladders, they lie straight up to your face. It'll say like, oh, it's a 20-foot ladder, or something like that. And you're like, oh, okay, cool, it's a 20-foot ladder. You pull it out, and you're like, this doesn't go to 20 feet. As you like split it, like make it in that T shape, maybe it's only like 9 feet. But then they're like, oh no, it only goes up to 9 feet if you leave it like in the V upside down V shape. Or the A shape. If you leave it in the A shape, it only goes up to like 9 feet. But if you allow it to stretch all the way, like flat, suddenly it goes up to that 20 feet. And you're like, wait. This thing is like so flimsy. Like, you're telling me there's one middle joint that's supposed to justify the rest of the way? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to be like on this thing. Like, no way in the heck. I don't even think you need to have a fear of heights to be like, I'm not hopping on this thing. Not happening. But I happen to have a fear of heights, and I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. This is so bad. I don't want to be on this thing like at all. So I was going to get a scaffolding, and mind you, my stupidity doesn't stop at not so much stupidity. My poor decision making does not stop at not wanting to use the ladder, but like, I'm also considering, like, if the scaffolding doesn't reach high enough, like if it's like just off by a smidge, I may have to use the ladder on the scaffolding, because I'd just rather have it like flat and then go up to the reach the rest of the way if I can do that. But I just have this dumb idea, and I'm like, okay, cool, but like I could just, oh hey, Red's here. Instead, like, use the ladder on top of the scaffolding like some sort of psycho, and just be like, oh yeah, I'm complaining about my crippling fear of heights. Well, it's not really crippling, but like, I'm complaining about my fear of heights, and then I have this wonderful idea that, okay, well, what if I just stack one tall thing, like one kind of tall thing, on something that's really, really tall, and bad things would inevitably happen if I'd have done that. But fortunately, the scaffolding turned out to be just the perfect height. In fact, it was too tall in certain in certain places. I first started with it like at its max height, and then like shortly after, I was like, yeah, this is way too big, so I lowered it. And the crazy thing was, I started to lower it again. Like, it goes in like, I think, like 2-inch increments. I had it like a whole full foot, probably, give or take, higher than it needed to be. So I dropped it down a bit. Mind you, you might be thinking to yourself, is that Wisp? Wisp! Hey, we got Wisp, guys. Yeah. He's a ghost who's afraid of ghost. Oh, goodness gracious. My buddy boy. This is the first time Wisp has shown up on our recordings. I think I actually met him the other day, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I just avoided him every single time. But yeah, we got Wisp, guys. He's a ghost. I'll explain it in a second. Hey, if you're afraid of ghosts, here you go. If that's what scares you. Oh, goodness gracious. But basically, short version, if you played the original Animal Crossing game, he was you had to like really know what you're like. You had to really enjoy playing the game after midnight to find him, because like, I believe he would only appear from like, I think it was like from 12 to like 5 in the morning or whatnot, when the game like switched to the next day, or it might have been like 4 in the morning. But like, you had to actually like be looking for him, which, mind you, you can't look for somebody that you don't even know exists. Kind of strange to say that, like, oh yeah, because he's a ghost, of course he doesn't exist, right? Because ghosts don't exist. Hot take aside, but basically we just have to use our net, find all pieces of his all his little missing pieces, and return them to him, and he either gives us one of two things: something new or something expensive. I always go for something new because I like to finish my catalog to the best of my ability. But if you have everything for the most part, then you just ask for something expensive. But here's part of the biggest issue. Once you get to the point where you can reasonably ask for something expensive, money's probably not a problem, right? Like you might be just asking for something expensive just to, fill out your money a little bit more, but you probably don't actually need any of the money from him. Like you probably have so much money at that point that it'd just be kind of ridiculous to ask for it. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so this scaffolding is like super. Hey, what are you thinking about? Man, everyone's just thinking now. Oh, it's the DLC clicking in hard. Yee boy. Hoot hoot, didn't see you there. You gonna invite another bird who makes coffee, probably. Yep, cafe. Oh no, not Brewster. Anyway, Brewster's cool. He'll come over. We'll get some coffee sometime. Photograph of Brewster. Should you find him, I like to tell him about it. Alright, cool. Oh! Cool, we can find Brewster on some mystery island. We're going to do that anyway, probably. So, cool. That works out in our favor. Oh, wait. I was supposed to get him to look at these fossils so we can sell them. Anyway, the whole scaffolding situation. So I'm afraid of heights. Let me describe, in my personal opinion, what like being afraid of heights feels like. If you've ever been to a mall, most malls they have like 2 floors, right? They have like the first floor, the second floor. Sometimes they have more than that. And I can't look over the edge ever. I can't. It's that feeling. I don't know what you call it. I don't know if it's vertigo or something, but it's that feeling where like imagine you're having a dream, like one of those falling dreams, and you like wake up suddenly because like it's that feeling like you're plummeting towards the earth. That's what it feels like for me. I just get it's under my skin. I'm scared. I'm just like I get queasy, and it's just I can't do the whole heights thing. And mind you, if I'm a bigger guy like I am, it just gets even worse. So I'm up on this thing. It's jiggling and jangling around, and I'm just like I don't want to be up here. I really don't want to be up here. But I mean, you have to, right? And fortunately, we finished the day. We got done. It was pretty much a successful day. I mean, I can't say I had any complaints after it was all said and done. They tipped nicely, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Would I do it again? Obviously, I would. So, see, that's where you put your foot in your mouth. Like, I thought you said you're afraid of heights, but now you're over here saying like you would definitely like go back on top of that scaffolding. I'm starting to think, it's one of those. What's that kid memes? Like, wait a minute. Yeah, but are you being like sincere that you're afraid of heights, or are you just saying that you're afraid of heights? Let me clarify. I'm definitely like 100% afraid of heights, but it's like a manageable fear. Like I feel like there's like, ooh, yeah, I'm not paying 16,000 for that. Not right now. Maybe the ghost will give it to us. But I can manage it for the sake of reason. I feel like there's 2 types of fears. There are deep fears and petty fears. A deep fear is something that's like, something like that can't be like basically explained away or hold your breath or anything like that. Like you can't just like, there's no easy answer to deal with a deep fear. It's like once you have it, you have it, and it is something that's like difficult to live with for the rest of your life. And what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about like if you have the fear of dying alone, like there's nothing that's ever going to uh, quell that. Like you can have like lots of friends, families, and whatnot, but nothing really fixes that fear outside of just like like just don't die when you don't have anybody around type of thing. And that's there's no like practical way to um, overcome it. Basically, he's supposed to let us learn how to cook at some point, but I don't know if he's going to show us it anytime soon. Actually, can we find recipes here, or is it something else we have to do? Redeem milk miles. Be a chef DIYs. Okay, so we can learn how to cook now. But we don't currently have the means, the mileage for it, which we might not be able to actually go to Captain's Island just yet. We'll have to see. Will he show us? But those are like deep fears, like these types of things. Like I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, whatnot. Can you tell me about cooking? All right, he's not going to tell me about it. I don't know if I can currently. Do I have the DIY? I don't have the DIY on me either. We'll go check out, see if we can get the DIY for cookies, and see if we can now use it or not. It's something he's supposed to tell us about, but he didn't tell us about, so I don't know. But what was I going to say? Yeah, those are deep fears. Talking about petty fears, these are the things that, when I say petty fear, don't yell at me. I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is it like, okay, I can't learn the recipe yet. Oh man, maybe the next day he'll show us how to cook, or maybe we're missing something else. I don't know. But a petty fear, by my definition, is the idea of something that can be easily remedied. Like, oh, I'm afraid of the dark. Okay, just like have nightlight, right? I'm afraid of deep water. Okay, stay in the shallows. I'm afraid of water in general, like stay out of the water type thing. I'm afraid of fire. Okay, just try to avoid fire. Obviously, if you're living life, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're going to have to deal with these petty fears, but they should never be so great as to pretty much just petrify you and keep you in a position where you can't be reasonable. Where you can't just like exist and be alive. Like if you can avoid these things, then they're probably all right. How much do you cost? Are you 1,000 or are you more than 1,000? How many is it? Because you can only do it one a day. But I can't remember how much he cost. 1,000? Okay, cool. We're going to find these spirits first and fix Wisp, and then we will go to the island and find Brewster. And then after we do that, that should be pretty much what the majority of a day looks like. But, so I say all that. So, okay, so your petty fear, Atlas, is, ooh, look at us getting rich, is heights, right? That's what I said. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like, just stay off of tall things. I don't have to worry about my petty fear of heights. Now, there will be times where I can, where I have to be in a high situation, but the cool thing about petty fears is that as long as you're, what's it called? I'm trying to think the best way to word it. Like, as long as you, like, if you have a practical personality, you can overcome a petty fear through sheer force of will, basically. Like, you just kind of, listen, I know, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't want to do this, but for the sake of everybody else, or for the sake of whatever it is that I have to do, it's worth trying. I'm going to have a moment of silence as I completely mess up catching this fish. I suck at fishing currently. I used to be really good at it. That's used to be that. Ooh, that's a lot of words. That used to be how I made my money in Animal Crossing, but this New Horizons, I really do kind of suck at it. So if I get a little quiet while I'm fishing, it's because I suck, basically. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got him, but I had a delay, so he's probably not great. Or it is great. We caught our first pike, guys. Look at us. Look at us. Got a pike. Wasn't expecting that. But what I was saying was like petty fears. I can set my fear of heights aside for the sake of doing things. Like in this case, for work, I can get on top of this scaffolding and basically uh, I can never say this word. I don't know even why I bother trying, but compartmentalize my fear of heights and just like put it away um, for the sake of getting the job done. If my like say I go to an amusement park with my family, if somebody says, "Hey, I want to go on this ride," let me tell you, like I have family who they get a little bit nervous when it comes to rides, and all I can say is, I trust me when I say I am far more afraid of these some of these oh wow. I was trying to ready my net and I shook the tree. I got a sting for my trouble. Oh well, it resets the island, so we can find that last spirit now. Oh, look, we got pity miles for it too, I bet. Wow, that's embarrassing. But at least I can be a risen phoenix now. But I can set aside my fears of heights for their sake. You know, like I trust me when I say like no one's more afraid of being upside down 100 feet in the air than I am. But I can put that aside, and be like, yeah, we're just gonna ignore how afraid I am of being like all the way up here in this crazy situation. I shouldn't be up here. I really shouldn't. It goes against all my survival instincts and better judgment. But because they think that they're going to have a lot of fun on this ride, I'm just going to bite the bullet and be the guy who's upside down 100 feet into the air. And it's I mean it's just a temporary thing though. So we just kind of try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm honestly not. But I am going to suck it up for the sake of being a good husband, a good brother, a good son, or a good father, whatever it is that I'm catering to in that situation. I'm going to just suck it up. We're going to get through it, and hopefully I won't die in the process. Um, Obviously I'm being very what's it called, dramatic when I say it like that, but it can be scary at times being in these situations, and me admitting that like I'm not really a big fan of being in those spots. It I feel like it makes sense, but I don't know. Each their own. We're not gonna wear it. I just kind of want to own it. But to me, that's the difference between like deep fears and petty fears. Is how well can you just own it for a moment to not have so that you can like can you overcome it temporarily to take care of like whatever it is that you need to do to actually be there. Now some people can, some people can't. It's just is what it is. Some people they will let their petty fears like rule their situation, and I pray for those people. I mean, it sucks to be controlled by fear. As a person who has his own sense of belief and whatnot, our book says that he does not give you a spirit of timidity. So like the idea of being afraid of anything when you know that there is a force that supersedes everything, then like what are you doing here? Like you're just kind of like you're going against basically whatever it is that you are set to believe. So I wouldn't even bother with that. But and because of that, like I can ask him for the ability to overcome my fear of heights. That if I were to fall, he'll catch me. Like there's really no point in fearing to fall. Like either my time is extended and he'll save me, or I get to go to a much better place. But I can't deny that the uncertainty of it goes a long way with it. So I'm definitely not going to try to be the one who's just like, oh yeah, I'll just take the plunge. Like, no, no, I am definitely 100% afraid. I don't want to deal with it. And the idea of uncertain, I think that's kind of where like fear comes from the most. It's just uncertainty. We got a spooky accolade too. Wispy Island Secrets. How many times are we supposed to meet him? Oh wow, so many times. But cool. Now we can go find Brewster real quick. We're just finding everybody right now. I don't even know who the thumbnail should be. Should it be Brewster or should it be Wisp? We'll figure that out in a bit. I guess we could do Wisp because Wisp is much more inconsistent, and I don't always record at nighttime, so we might not always have the opportunity to find Wisp. And Brewster is stationary. You're always going to find him at the shop or the roost when we get that built up. So yeah, we can work towards that. Just get Brewster first, and we'll do Wisp for the thumbnail for that one. I'm ready to go, and hopefully you'll send me someplace fancy. So another thing is island tours. We might try to do island tours more often. Basically what they do is you have to deal with cabin singing. Some people hate cabin singing. I love cabin singing. Once had me a ship, oh cucumber. But alas, me crew number could only be one. Oh man, I enjoy it. My wife skips them, but different people are gonna be different ways. I'm trying to remember if you can dance or not. I think you can dance. There we go. I can clap, and I can be shocked. Okay, cool. And I think it's the B is how you rush. So I'll probably just clap along with them a little bit here and there. But they're supposed to be nicer than the other types of, what are they called? Island tours that the other ones do. The Dodo version, in that you only do it once a day, but they have like a higher quality of islands that you can go to. Let's see. This one is not too great, but it does have these tea. What are they called? Tea shrubs, whatever you want to call them. So this one's not the. These shrubs tend to be like on all of the islands, so like you can get them pretty easy. But we're basically just here to find Brewster. Once we find Brewster on the island, somewhere around here, there he is. He's on a little vacation. Then I believe we just tell him that we got an opening. He'll build a cafe, and cool. That's easy peasy, super done and squeezy. I don't even think that's how you word it. But he's an interesting outfit, though. I don't think I recall seeing him like this. What, you going golfing? Oh. You get out here looking for gyroids too? I'm looking for you. You looking for me? Mind if I ask what you're after? Brother sent me to you. I see. I hear ya. Tell him that for me. Oh, and also, boink. This is yours if you want it. It's a gyroid fragment. Planted in the ground. Give it some water and some time. It'll grow up strong the next day. Gyroids take root fast when you return them to the ground. Well then, be seeing you. No, I need more confirmation. Okay, that's technically more confirmation. enough to scare me. Is it a fossil or a gyroid? It's another gyroid. Fantastic. We need to get out of here. I don't trust that pigeon. I like pigeons though. Pigeons are cool animals. Um, it's kind of funny that like people are like oh pigeons are stupid, right? But like pigeons are actually like really smart animals. They're smarter than most other birds. Um, they pigeons are smarter than owls. Like people like talk about like how wise owls are and whatnot, but like pigeons are actually smarter than owls. Like I think like the hierarchy of like smart birds, it's like pigeons are like mid tier or mid to high tier. Like cause like really smart animals are like birds or like ravens and crows. They can like solve puzzles and whatnot. But then like you also have like other ones like parakeets and parrots who can actually talk. And like pigeons, they can like solve puzzles like simpler puzzles than what the crow or the raven can do. But they're still pretty intelligent. The dumbest thing that pigeons actually do is they just trust humans, which, considering we for the most part don't eat them, at least not where I come from. Um, is there really any issue with trusting a human? Like that's kind of like to me like the human animal relationship in a nutshell. If the human's not eating you, then it's probably safest to be around them because they're they're going to be taking out just about everything else. We'll go talk to Blathers to confirm that he's going to get himself some Brewster action. It actually doesn't sound all that great, but you know, who knows? Um, Pigeon owl connection. But that was pretty interesting. We'll try it again next time we get on. The downside is you need like lots of Nook miles to keep doing that, but it's not difficult to get 1,000 Nook miles each day, so we should be able to get that pretty quick. Blathers, you got anything else? Wow, that is a big word right there. Columde cornered. Make me feel smart, even though I can't probably actually say that if I heard him say it the first time. He said, I hear you. Well, we're going to have ourselves some coffee now. Pretty soon. Pretty cool. But, cool. That's great. So, I don't know if it'll be... I wasn't listening to him. I don't know if he said the shop will be closed tomorrow or if it'll be open tomorrow for his thing. But we got a Brewster, and that'll be fun. But, again, I ask you guys, what scares you? Like, seriously, what scares you? For me, it's, again, I could be wrong, but acrophobia. I'm scared of heights. I don't want to be on a ladder. I don't want to be on a scaffolding. I don't want to look over the ledge. And I can't be on a roller coaster without firmly planting my feet on the ground and pushing my back against the seat. And I get these butterflies, the size of buzzards in my belly, and I'm just not a big fan of it. And honestly, it just has a lot to do with just how big and bulky my frame is. Hopefully, maybe I can lose some weight and I will be less afraid of it. But in the meantime, that's what spooks me the most. Everything else, that's what we'll consider like a deep fear, completely reasonable. I'm fine with those things. But when it comes to what like the most basic thing that scares me, it's definitely going to be an unsettling fear of heights, and we'll work through it eventually. But in the meantime, you guys, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I love you guys. God bless. Again, Friday we will not be having a stream. We streamed on Tuesday. We're going to have a little bit longer episode for Friday planned out to thank you guys. That's tomorrow. But in the meantime, You guys have a fabulous rest of your week. Remember to like and subscribe. And, yeah, until next time, as they say, toodles.